Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams riding 2-0 starts here. One will get the turkey and move to 3-0 as week 3 gets underway. His return starts at the 5. He's brought down to what looks like the 24-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
From the shotgun, Penix hits him on the out route. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Penix on 3rd down. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
On 1st down, here's Penix. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And now it's 2nd down. Shotgun snap. A give to Robinson. That's no way to treat your reigning conference player of the week as they dump him for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Third and long for him here. Finds him over the middle. And that nice catch not going to translate into a new set of downs just yet. The stop is made in time to make it 4th and short. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And this will put an end to the drive after it stalled out. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And he sets them back to begin this drive. That kick goes at it. I'd call it about the 12-yard line. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Setting him on the dive. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tackled there by James Pierce.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. Now he's past the 25. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles don't need long to take a 6-0 lead.
Sure didn't take long for somebody to get this game off and running, pun intended. But there's a lot of rounds left to fight and punches to be thrown. Sure feels good, though, to be the first one to land that haymaker.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Another carry for Robinson. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They're going play fake with Penix. And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Penix working from the gun. Cut down the field. It's Pitts. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's a Falcon 1st down. New set of downs for him. He'll start at the 38. Play action. Here's Penix. To the left. He's got Arroyo. And there's not going to be a score, but great effort. He's out of bounds inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Kate, that play so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big. They can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, well, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Penix here from the gun. And cut in the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they got him for roughing the kicker. They're going to put that penalty yardage on the spot of the ensuing kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Not a whole lot to speak of here, partner. 2-yard gain at most at second down.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Takes the second down snap. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. That is Caleb Ransom. And the Falcons are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Great team defense here. Got to him right as he was about to let that football fly, Brock, and the hit leads to a pick by their safety.
And an easy pick at that one, Kate. Not taking anything away from who actually intercepted it, but that turnover was all about the guys up front. And one thing I love about today's game and analytics, we got more than just sacks. We get QB pressures, we get QB hits because we've seen the impact they can have, an impact that was felt right there with that INT.
Penix on first down. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there. And that brings up second down.
I know that you and I love, Kate, looking at plays, discussing them, and all the different outlets and checkdowns. And usually there's a completion to be had, but not against this defense. Not on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10. To the air with Penix. We'll look underneath here. Robinson. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. And that's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They've got it first to begin the frame. Robinson on the inside give. Space on the right. He's got room. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Thrown for his running back, but he comes up empty, incomplete, and now they're facing third down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Shotgun now on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
He's going to throw it again. Finds a man, right side. And that is a big hit right after that catch. So the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. Second down now, 7 to go.
At the Falcons' 33-yard line.
Throwing it again here. Hits his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Making that throw into double coverage to a running back, I don't want to live off of that, and I certainly am not going to count on it. But give some credit to the effort it took to make that catch. A whole bunch of bodies around him.
Finds him on the crossing route. This play heads out of bounds. Marker down, though, Brock. Could be some free yards here. Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out.
Hold the ready.
So roughing the passer gifts them a 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. A costly, unforced error, and they get flagged for roughing the kicker.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Robinson. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Cooper to Gene with the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Finds his back. It's Robinson. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Penix. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down.
Terrific zone coverage. Wallpaper sideline to sideline. QB's got 2 options. Wait for a hole to open or tuck it to run. He chose the former, but the pass rush showed up before any throwing lane did.
From the shotgun, Penix. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. It's a repeat of the last play. That's going to bring them to 3rd down.
Okay, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number one, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Penix facing a 3rd and long. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Here's Jordan Stouts coming on again to punt. We've got a good one so far. We are all tied up, and we have hit our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment.
On the ready.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready. 70 Lions.
Working from his end zone. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. Big gain downfield. And this is across midfield and into enemy territory.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. He was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
Working on first down. Completed left side to Smith. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
That one connects. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be first and goal. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Pressure off left, and it's blocked! Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick. Now, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Returning it from the 4. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this first and 10. Penix working from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34. Here's Penix to throw. Got for big yards on the right side. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. Here's first and 10 from the 47. Penix here from the gun. Complete left side to Robinson. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up first and goal. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Again, Penix to the air. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons tie it just before halftime. They're out to try and tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons take the lead on that successful kick. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
At their own 35-yard line.
First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Left side into the hands of McBride. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
Okay, we've seen this running back pretty busy here early on in the passing game, and not just with checkdowns. You can tell this was going to be part of the game plan, and I don't think one incompletion here to him is going to deter that effort.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. He'll throw it. And he's going to lob this to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a lead on the final play of the half. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down. Even if you make some contact, right? They rarely call pass interference on plays like that. But somehow, some way, the ball winds up as a touchdown.
Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Went the wrong way on 1st down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12.
Let's go. Go.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. And down he goes. The Falcons defense gets it done. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 19 at the 38-yard line.
Working now from the gun. Cut out left. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way. We've set it down from the 37. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. We've set it down from 37.
18 Cardinal.
They'll throw it here on 1st. This finds Smith. Not a lot of space, maybe to the 33. Cut down by Caleb Ransaw.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. He's going to throw it again. Finds him over the middle. And he stops cold at the spot. We won't keep paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
That's another Eagles 1st down. and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Still sticking with the passing game. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
Boy, this is really great defense to deny a big play and make them work for the touchdown. If they want to reach the end zone, they have to scrap and fight through them.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to set up just beyond the 10-yard line. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Now on first down. Dumps it off to his running back. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. It's a pickup of 26. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Play fake. Penix. Outright, and Ingram makes the ground. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that's way too much risk for that reward.
From the shotgun, Penix. In trouble now, and the ball is out. And the Eagles get to it. Nothing doing on the return, but the damage already done, partner. They take it away on the fumble.
You know, Kate, defenders today are taught, don't just go get the sack. Go get the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form. Making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's first and 10.
Let's go.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Back to the air they go on second down. Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window, don't risk yet another interception.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. They'll air it out on third. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Elliott connects there, and that'll make it a 2-score game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is first and 10. Penix working from the gun. Look at that touch, laid on a platter for him. And The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Falcon first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Falcon first down.
Play action. Here's Penix. Go left side, and St. Brown has it. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. It's a 29-yard gain. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
First down. A gain of 29.
Here's Robinson up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Offense to the line for second down. Penix here from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
That's another Falcons first down. First and goal, Atlanta.
Working inside the red zone. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Offense in the hurry up here.
Brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Penix. He's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. A costly unforced error, and they get flagged for roughing the kicker. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Second down now, they need 7. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though. Timmy Brock gets a gain of 5, third down coming up.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they make the stop after giving him 6 yards. Good run on first. It's second down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Left side into the hands of McBride. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
They go play action on first down. Hits his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Check.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches.
Ready? Coogan, take off.
They'll work against the blitz. He's got McBride complete. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal.
Get up. Alert. 70 Lion. Big Lion. Ready.
They'll try and punch it in. And he falls through the defense for a touchdown. The Eagles push this to an 8-point game. Point after try upcoming to make this a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles push the lead to 2 scores now. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. First call here coming from the shotgun. They go play action. Here's Penix. This is a heater going deep. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Andrew Makuba makes the play. And the Eagles are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They're throwing it. Called in left side. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
And an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. They'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Here we go, set.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game.
Let's see, Kate, I think in bowling, you get 3 strikes, that's a turkey. You know, in hockey or soccer, you score 3 goals, that's a hat trick. What are we going to call this, other than simply splendid?
Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2.
Here we go, here we go.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Set go.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out.
Eagles 43, Falcons.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes first and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Falcon first down. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On first down, here's Penix. Trying to push deep downfield. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Andrew Makuba makes the play. And the Eagles are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
You knew it before this drive started, the field goal was not going to be good enough, but that meant the coverage also knew how to play it, how to concentrate, how to focus, and those defenders, they influenced that throw, and even more so, took it away.
Lining up to take a knee on second down.
Head to 60.
He's drawn up for him. Setting up for the kneel down on third.
Go.
He's drawn up for him. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And they're continuing.